Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about Tumbbad. We're talking about Tumbbad, directed by Rahi Anil Barve. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Interesting movie. This movie has so much praise online. You would not believe it. Like anyone, chances are you talk to anyone, they've probably heard of Tumbar. This is one of those films, right? Not because it made a lot of money or it was like, oh my God, like you have to watch this. It was not one of those films. It was like a cult classic film. Like only the good, the only good Indian horror film, blah, 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 all of that shit. I was disappointed. I think that's the first word which, if I have to describe this movie, that's what I would say. I love what they do with the film, right? I think my problem was the expectations were set too high. I was expecting like, oh my god, a horror movie. This movie was not that scary. I don't know. Maybe the bar for horror has been set low in most people's mind. What I do appreciate the movie for is its how do I say the set design, production, like production value, like just the whole mixture of folklore, right? And honestly, Tumbar is a great example of how we have so many folk stories in India. And this is like everyone keeps saying this. I'm basically beating the drum again and again, but it's true. The amount of folk stories which can be made into fantastic films in India is mind blowing. Like, this was just one example. There's so many. And this is a great example because this shows it can be done well. Now, this is by no means a great movie, according to me. But I see what it was going for. I see what it did. And I appreciate what went into it. I really enjoyed Tumbad. Now, of course, if you compare it to other good stuff, it's not as good, which is what my whole thinking is like, oh, it's not that good of a horror film. It's not that, like, oh my god, this is crazy. But Tumbar does something which I feel like should be done more. And Kantara did that, Kantara, let's not talk about chapter 2, that's for a separate review. But Kantara 1, the first one, perfect example. You take a folk story and you can make it into a really good thing. We have multiple gods and goddesses in India. We can make use of all of them. We can tell their stories. Like, I didn't know about the story told about this movie, which, hold on. Yeah, I didn't know about the folklore which was surrounding this movie. I've never heard of it. India is such a vast country. We can take one from each state and we could make multiple movies on them, on different folk stories. Ah, sorry. Munjia is also another example. I'd like to point that out. Even though Munjia was not that good of a film, that is also a good example of taking folk stories and making one more out of it. Point being, we can do that. And I'm happy that Tumbad is like a step forward in that direction. Although it's been quite a few years since Tumbat came out. I would like to say though, what's his name? Sohum Shah, beautiful eyes, by the way. But he absolutely plays this role to perfection. He plays it fantastic from start to end. He has, first of all, those eyes, man, those piercing eyes. But also, he plays his role very well in this film from start to end. Movie has great, what do you call it, makeup, prosthetic, again, set design, production value. It's top notch in this film, right? Like, it's good stuff. I don't know if it's CGI or if it's a mix of practical and special effects, but this movie looks great in those aspects at least. But again, I think again my expectations were too high, so I kind of got disappointed. However, it's still a good film. It's a decent film. I would recommend people to watch it because I think the reason why Tumbat gets so much praise is, oh my god, it's an Indian film which is doing this. I don't think that should be the basis of why so much praise should be given. We should keep our standards high regardless of where it's being made. So, if India's making a film like this, I expect it to be as good as, Hollywood productions because we very clearly can. We just choose to make shitty films with all that money instead. Make more movies like Tumba and make it better. Put the budget in, make it look fantastic, make the story great, and you have yourself multiple movies which are as good as this one. But that's going to be it from me. I thought Tumbar was great. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one.